3, I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you could all rise and join me in the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if you could also join me in a moment of silence. All right, thank you. All right, I'd entertain a motion for the approval of the December 16th school board meeting minutes.
So moved.
By Ben, do I have a second? By Philip. Any changes or additions? I have one, Denise. Under the teacher representatives, we have the name Lisa Nicholson. And it's not
Lisa
Nicholson,
Johnson.
it's Johnson.
That's right.
Yeah. That was last year. Does anybody else have anything? Any changes or whatnot?
On the top, just as this is a little nitty-bitty, where it says school board members present, it does list Suzie and Tremblay as absent. I just didn't know if we would just say school board members.
Rather than
put in present.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
because they're absent.
Sure.
And it just lists all of us.
Anything else?
No.
All right, all in favor of approving the minutes as amended?
Aye.
Aye.
We're unanimous, thank you. Correspondence?
The only thing in correspondence is the New Hampshire School Boards Association Delegate Assembly and a substitute report.
Okay, so we'll pass that around. We have commendations or good news? Given the forecast with the weather and what we anticipated as far as road conditions, Brian did go ahead and have the teachers not attend this evening for safety. As it is, I do intend to work through an abridged agenda so that we can conduct the essential business tonight and then get out before the roads freeze so we can all hopefully get home safely. Do we have public comment? Seeing none. Like I said, I am going to abbreviate this agenda, so we'll be skipping through most of the reports, although I understand that A&F does have a manifest that you'd like to present.
That was abridged.
That is abridged, absolutely.
Right. I would like to move $1,553,705.36.
Second.
So moved, second by Ben.
May I speak briefly? to it?
Details, please.
The payroll, taxes, and benefits are $1,148,000. We made a sped payment for to Crotchet Mountain for $35,469 for 2 students for the month of November. General expenses came up to about $224,000. Of that, central paper was $6,100. Supplies, paper goods, mops, those kind of things. Dead River for propane for Mountain View, the high school, Glen Lake, $6,900. Our payment to Goffstown Truck Center, $102,280. That includes $2,800 for co-curricular transportation for the month of December. Public service for December was $19,650. The copy machine, business machine lease for January is $7,400. Hockey time at St. A's is $61.85. And our January assessment to the SAU is $75,257. That's about $1.4 million of the $1.55 that we've moved.
Okay. Do we have any additional questions, comments, or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of approving the manifest as presented?
Aye.
Aye.
We're unanimous. Thank you very much. Moving forward to the 2014 draft warrant.
Oh, the draft warrant.
Full business A. You have it here as a handout. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but the Budget Committee at their last meeting, voted to move our budget forward as it stood as of our last meeting, so less the 47,000.
Right.
Did we have one of these with the numbers moved in? Put in, Brian?
We did not.
Okay. So we'll look at that for next, for our next meeting.
Can I ask Diane, can we
Yeah.
confirm that the deliberative will be in the auditorium and not the gymnasium? Because right now, we weren't sure what the board's pleasure was, and we reserved both.
That was coming up under our new business.
Oh,
We
okay.
were going to
I'm
talk
sorry.
about that, but that's fine.
I'm sorry.
And you know what, let's do that next, because our other business is the contract final discussion, which will go into non-public for, and our contract ratifications. So we can move right on to the deliberative session preparation, which is the location decision, which will be the auditorium.
Okay. Thank you.
Are we satisfied with that? We feel that the auditorium is a sufficient?
Yeah.
We've done it both ways. We've done it at the gym. We've done it in the auditorium. Both, for the most part, seem to be appropriate space. Is the gym in use, do we know?
No, the gym is reserved for us.
Okay.
I would rather have the auditorium.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, and part of that, that preparation is going to be who is going to present the articles that we're looking here on the draft warrant. As budget committee rep, I would like to present the budget. So I would do that. I would be interested in having somebody who negotiated the GEA contract to speak to the GEA.
That'd be me.
That'd be Ben.
That unless you want to.
No.
Okay. So we'll do Ben for Article 3, and then somebody for GEA to speak to GEA. GESS, pardon me, please.
That's limited. That would be me.
That would be you. Okay. Article 1 is self-explanatory, and then Article 5,
Area.
I would like somebody who, Philip will do the area. All right.
Need people to move and
We
then
do.
second.
We will need people to move. I will move Article 2 where I'm speaking to it, but I will ask for somebody to second Article 2.
Yeah.
Hank will second. All right, so Ben, it makes sense for you to move
Yeah, I'll
Article
move
3.
Article 3.
And we'll be looking for a second on Article 3.
Second of me.
Hank will second. Or, you know what, let's Retta raise her hand, so we'll have Retta second. Okay. Dan, ditto on Article 4. We'll be looking for a second. And I'm sorry, was it Philip? Philip will second Article 4. Philip will move Article 5, and we'll be looking for a second on Article 5.
Either Dan or,
Keith?
okay.
And he just said he'd second
fine.
it, so. All right. So we'll let Jim Raymond know about that. He'll be asking for that information.
We can give one very brief update on Article 5. We did receive confirmation today from the Commissioner's office that the area will be on the next state board agenda, which is the 14th.
So it's been signed by everyone?
It has not been signed by New Boston. New Boston has been waiting for their attorney to review,
No.
and he was out of the country. And we were concerned that that might be an issue with the state board, but we did receive word that it is on the agenda. And Wendy is acutely aware and has been doing everything in her power to make sure that we're all set.
They can use our attorney's opinion if they would like.
And we'll send them half a bill.
Yes.
For free. I'm okay with that one too.
That would
Just to
work.
get it through.
Yeah.
That'd work.
Do you know when that meeting is, Brian?
It's the 14th.
The 14th.
What time do we meet? About 10?
I think about 10. And I'm not sure where it is, though, because they haven't released the agenda yet, which gives the location, and it's not always in Concord.
Bummer. Because it's like
That would be
Sometimes they
1,200 yards from my
Yeah,
house.
I was going to say, I've been there 4 times, and every
Yeah.
time it's been in the same place.
Yeah, it probably is, but sometimes they do sort of go
Yeah.
on the road and they have it at different schools and the like.
I can remember here.
I would imagine it's in Concord, but have not seen the agenda.
If we're really lucky, they'll hold another snowstorm, too.
They'll hold another snowstorm?
Yeah. Seems to be our routine.
I don't want to talk about snow.
Right. Okay.
That's right. You had your first call. Well, your second, actually.
3.
Three consecutive days of calls.
Getting used to it. Never
Old
do.
hat.
Never woke
All
up for your
right.
call this morning. First time I slept through it.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that telling you?
I get up and I'm like, why aren't the kids getting up?
All right, guys, back on task. GHS Boston field trip is out of state. And
We-
is this a repeat or no?
This is a repeat historically, but I believe they did not go last year. So there's been an interruption in the sequence of going. This is what actually looks like a pretty neat biology field trip for the Human Body Works as a special exhibit. I would support this. The details, it's not a large group, and they have plenty of chaperones.
Who's attending?
It's a biology class.
You don't know which ones.
Yeah, I do. I'd have to dig through my stuff, Keith, if,
Well, I'll make a motion to approve it, but if you could just share that, that'd be great. I didn't know
It's
if they were
a repeat
upperclassmen
trip. I don't
or
think we need a
lower class.
motion.
Well, there was a lapse, so I don't know if you need to make a motion or not.
I would make a motion
Yeah.
because I think they
That's
didn't
fine.
go last year.
That's fine. I think the exhibit was closed last year for renovation.
It could be.
But that's easy. So I've got a motion to approve set by Keith, seconded by Philip. Any further discussion?
Is that Inter von Hagen's Body Worlds or Body Works? I mean, because they're 2 different examples.
I'm not sure which one
Oh,
it is.
okay. I was
Sorry.
just curious. Okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor of approving the field trip?
Aye.
The
We're
second.
unanimous. Thank you. Go ahead, Brian.
The second field trip, this is a pretty neat opportunity. Deanna Goodwin, who's the girls' varsity basketball coach, has arranged to have the girls go see I believe it's Division II game between Bentley and another college. And she actually arranged a tour of the campus and a meet and greet with the coach, who is, I can't recall her name, but is a very well-known college women's basketball coach. So she's going to come and speak to our girls and have some time to spend with the players. So I think it's a really neat opportunity. They have, I think, they have 2 chaperones, and I want to say it was 13 girls going. They are paying the cost of the bus. So this is the first time we've ever been able to do this. But I think it's a great opportunity for our student athletes.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Got a motion by Keith. Do I have a
Second.
second by Ben? Any further discussion? All in favor of approving the field trip?
Aye.
We are unanimous. Thank you again. You have a resignation,
We
Brian?
do. We have a resignation. I'll send these around. Joyce Pang, who was our music teacher at Bartlett, has resigned. So I'm sad to bring her resignation. She's a good teacher.
Do we know why?
Personal reasons.
Personal reasons.
What's our plans for continuing whatever we do for music?
If you,
line 2.
yeah, if you look
Yeah,
at
if you
line
look
2,
on-
we already have,
Teacher nominations.
we have the nomination.
Okay.
There we go.
So do I have a motion to accept the resignation?
So moved with regrets.
By Ben. Do I have a second? By Hank. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're unanimous. And we have 2 nominations.
2 nominations, one for Christopher Hofs for the music position you just accepted Joyce's resignation for, and Alyssa Renauld for the Lee Brazel's reading position that you accepted at your last meeting.
Yep. Okay.
And both of these individuals are currently in those roles as subs.
They've been long-term subs.
Yes.
I have a motion?
So moved.
Ben, do I have a second?
Second.
By Retta, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We're unanimous again. And then you have a co-curricular nomination.
Lastly, we have a co-curricular nomination for Mr. Garrity as the Mountain View athletic director.
Is this a paid position?
It is a stipended
It's a
position.
stipended position.
I'm trying to recognize, I recognize the name, but I can't.
Mike Garrity, he's a phys ed teacher,
Yeah.
and he coaches many sports.
Okay. I just
He
named
does
somebody
he does a
first.
great
Yeah.
job. He's been doing this for many years. He does a great job.
So this isn't a new position?
No.
This is
Nope.
a nomination for the year? Or for, okay.
I'll move that, make a motion to accept.
I've got a motion from Keith. Do I have a second?
Second.
By Ben. Any further discussion?
Is Mike new to this role?
No. I'm not entirely sure why this is coming to the board in January.
Yeah.
Like,
I think this might have been an oversight, that this should have come to you earlier
I was
and
going to say, because
didn't.
this is something
I'm
that's-
struggling with a birthday problem. Because I just can't remember ever having a conversation about an assistant athletic director at Mountain View before, so forgive me.
Yeah, I do apologize. I'm not entirely sure why this is coming to us now.
But we're confirming that this is
We're
not a new
confirming this.
position.
This is not a new position.
That this has been active in the past.
Do you know how long that position's been in place?
I don't. I'd have
At
to
least
do
for
some-
8 years,
For at least 8
Okay.
years?
at least 8, as long as I've been here.
Like I said, I'm having a birthday problem, that's all.
Right. All right,
Thank you.
so I have a motion on the floor from Keith, and I have a second by Ben. All in favor?
Aye.
We're unanimous. Thank you again. Okay. Any other business that may legally come before the meeting? I will entertain a motion to enter into non-public session for the purposes of discussing the teachers' contracts one last time prior to ratification pursuant to RSA 91A, subsection
91A, 3, Roman 2, parenthetical A and B.
For collective bargaining contracts.
That's not how it actually reads, but it's the paying
Compensation.
of public employees.
It wasn't, I
But
wasn't
for
speaking
that
to the
purpose.
statute. I just wanted to make sure we captured.
Yes, agreed.
Wow.
So moved.
Okay, so I have a motion by Dan, I have a second
Second.
by Philip.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Ben?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, we are now in non-public.